What a crazy game. England 6, Iran 2. What a way to open the World Cup. If anyone wasn't too sure about the the World Cup, if anyone wasn't in that World Cup spirit yet, I think England fans might just be after that performance, because that was unbelievable. I loved it so much. There's so much to take away from it. And just a lot of joy, really. Just what international football's about. This World Cup's had a lot of controversy, even before the game, with the whole nonsense with the armband and all that taking place. Alex Scott, by the way, is a legend for wearing the armband in the pre-match build-up. But football happened and England were good. It was lovely to see. I think it was really, really lovely to see. Great performance from the get-go. I think literally we started off so strong, and of course it was interrupted by a long delay with the Iran goalkeeper having a concussion, I believe, so hopefully he's okay, which paused the game a little bit, and obviously that could be a concern, but we just kind of picked it up where we left off and just went at them, and overall had a fantastic performance. I'll start with the selection, Southgate selection, and I think, everyone needs to shut the fuck up. Everyone, this keeps happening. How does this keep happening? People keep doubting Gareth Southgate, and he keeps proving you wrong. I keep saying this. Listen, the Nations League was shit. Who cares? It's the Nations League. You know what I mean? It's about these tournaments, and look what just happened. Look how we performed, and Southgate got it right in his selection. This team is a beautiful blend of experience and youth, and it's just great to see. I think we've really struck something, a perfect bit of balance here. You've got a backbone of the likes of Sterling, Kane, you've got the Stones, Maguire, Pickford. They've been there, they've done it, they've been to these tournaments now. But then you've got lads like Declan Rice, you've got Saka, you've got Mount, who have been to the last Euros. They're still very young, but they're exciting. And then you've got players like Jude Bellingham, who just lit this game up, who was the best player on the pitch, and really everything England needed. And I'll get on to Jude just in a little bit, but that whole balance of the young and the old, and the kind of formation as well, 4 at the back. Great to see Southgate going 2-4 at the back. He knew we'd have more of the ball. He made a tactical decision to play 4 at the back, and it paid off because, to be honest, it works so well because then I think Trippier and Shaw aren't the kind of fullbacks to be pretty much in the other half. They will push forward a lot more than I'm giving them credit for, but they're not the type to be like at their corner. They will, they'll be between the box. They'll definitely do the yards, come back forth. So there's this solidity with those two. Then you got the two defenders, Maguire and Stones. Maguire having a great game. After all the scepticism around him, should he start? Should he not start? He proved why he should start for England. Again, even that was one I doubted, to be fair. I would have doubted Maguire. I would have took Tomori. I've said that. I've made that very clear. But he's proved me wrong there. He was great. And I hope he's okay as well, because he had to come off with also a head injury, which is a bit worrying, but we'll see where that turns out. And I think, but then with Declan Rice popping back into that when the wing backs are up, when the full backs are up, Declan Rice drops back, it makes it free. He's just in front, he shields them, he protects them, and then also the main man himself comes back and protects Jude Bellingham, the box-to-box magician this game. 19 years old, which makes me a little sad, to be honest, because he's 19, I'm 25, and I'm out here celebrating him where he is at a World Cup. But nonetheless, he deserves celebrating because he was just everything. I think he's everything we've needed for these past couple of years. It's just a shame he wasn't old enough for the last couple of tournaments, because realistically he's everything we want and need in a midfielder. He's the box-to-box player. Rice can sit deep, he can shield, he can do that job. Rice will get up and create and cause a nuisance, but also still get back and protect. He will do both jobs perfectly. That's why he's number 22, because he's every single midfield player. He's an 8, he's a 6, he's a 10. He's perfect. And he is the key to this World Cup campaign. I really believe so. The first goal from him as well, just beautiful header from him. And I think everything's going to come positive from him. And then, of course, we move on to the attacking players of the front three was, of course, Saka, Kane and Sterling. All three of those players had fantastic games. I think Sterling has had a rubbish season for Chelsea so far, but again, when he puts that England shirt on with those 3 lines, he comes through. and was beautiful in this game. Playing little linking play, getting it round, sharp turn of pace. He was great. Kane, not being a goal scorer, but really being a creator for those players, getting forward, really dropping deep and doing those neat little passes. Something that can frustrate me with Kane, but also you see the value there of that, which was nice. And then, come on, Saka, the boy, got the brace, bless him, just so good. So good. Probably annoyed that he couldn't have stayed on and got a hat-trick, but to be honest, just after what happened last year, I'm so happy for him to, have a little bit of redemption and, enjoy, playing in an England shirt, because what have happened before must have been one of the most traumatic experiences of his whole life. And to be still confident on the ball, to be still the player that he is, to be better than he was then. Actually, he's come through and took the form from the Premier League, brought it here. He's better than he was then, and that's just a great sight to see. I think he's really exciting for this tournament as well. Him and Jude, two the outstanding players here. Just love that. And and you know what? I think we were 3-0 up at half time, got the fourth, and Gareth was like, cool, we'll make some substitutions because we've pretty much won this game. I think that's very safe to say that. So let's make some substitutions. Again, another good decision from Southgate to rest players, because I truly believe that starting lineup needs to be the starting lineup next game, because it works so well. The balance is there, and it'd be annoying to disrupt that. So he made those subs. It's just a massive shame that Maguire didn't got that head injury before he was subbed. I really hope he's okay. We'll have to see what happens on that. But then Dyer comes in and he's more than capable to fill the shoes of Maguire, I believe. Dyer is a competent centre-back. So I just huge props for all of Southgate's decisions this game. And then you talk about the substitutes coming on. Rashford having 2 touches of the ball and getting a goal. More Euro redemption. Callum Wilson coming on for Kane eventually. Nice to see Kane being substituted. Actually, I feel like in the last couple of tournaments he wouldn't have been substituted because we need him. And I know the game's done, so you don't need him on. But it's nice to see Southgate resting Kane, bringing on Wilson to come on for his first international cap in 3 years. And his pass to Grealish is one of the most unselfish things I've ever seen in football. With the form that England were in, and that game, the way it was happening, most strikers, I feel, would have just booted it. They would have just booted it and got themselves a goal. But he knew that there's a better opportunity for Grealish, and he put it on a plate for him. And that's so admirable, because, like I say, most strikers would have just banged that one in, and rightfully so. But Wilson had the vision to do elsewise. Does that make sense? Which is really, again, admirable. Grealish coming on and getting the goal, of course, disrupting. Foden coming on, looking great. It's insane that we had I'm so happy with the starting 11, but those players get to come on and still prove and be good, and that's why we're in a good position to go on and do well in this. I'm going to say it. I ain't going to say it yet. I'll probably say it very soon. I've probably already said it online, but I'm not going to say it in a video yet. But it's coming. It's coming. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight with the USA-Wales game. Of course, the other side of the group, those two clubs watching this game thinking, shit, we've got to compete with that. So, whoever wins that game, big game, whoever wins it puts themselves in a great position to come out of it. So it'll be interesting to see that. And then, of course, we will play USA on Friday. I cannot wait for that game. It's annoying that it's Monday, because I just can't wait for that game now. That game can't come quick enough. But that should be exciting. As I said, I feel like the starting lineup that played this game should play that game. Maybe if Maguire needs to be replaced, you put Dyer in. Maybe because Mount was probably the worst player out of good players. He was still great, still brought a lot, but he wasn't as good as some of the others. So maybe you replace him with Foden, but you don't do much tampering to the formation, to anything. I think USA are going to be more attacking and around. They've got a lot of pace, they've got a lot of youth, so they might be a bit more attacking. But I feel like our defence, and especially our midfield, can deal with that. So I'm really confident going into that game. That's it from me. It's a bit of a short video. It's a bit of a short podcast from us. Of course, Josh is not here. He unfortunately had to be working whilst the game was on, so just me here this week. But listen, we're gonna try and bring you a few more videos than we normally do over the World Cup. We're gonna probably react to most games and see what happens. But yeah, so make sure if you love this video, if you love this content, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to the Back Post, and I will see you in the next one.